On your screen, ladies and gentlemen, it is just a confirmation that Benjamin SESKO has left RB Leipzig to join Manchester United on a 5-year deal. The total package is around 85 million, and as you can see, everyone is buzzing. Every Manchester United fan is buzzing. Manchester United Twitter is buzzing. Football Twitter is buzzing because Manchester United have completed the signing of Benjamin SESKO. Here you can see, work hard and smile, you are at Manchester United. This is a famous and legendary quote from Cat Phillips, who was the Manchester United secretary for a long time. But in this video, we want to talk about the guy. We want to talk about the main man who has arrived at Manchester United and will be a striker for the next 5 years. Hopefully, if we will perform, Benjamin SESKO. He is here. You can see another confirmation from RB Leipzig. These are Manchester United fan, one of the biggest Twitter account, United Tray. I dare you to show me your tag. This sums up on how Manchester United fans are happy. They are moving from striker like Rasmus Højlund to an upgrade, one of the guy who is seen to has mad potential in world football, Benjamin SESKO. You can see the way they are buzzing. Here he is in the new Manchester United dressing room. But let's talk about Benjamin SESKO as a signing and what this means for Manchester United going onwards. A lot of people are complaining about the fees. Manchester United used a lot of money. Manchester United used salaries to pull him to Manchester United. But if you're being honest, according to reports, according to Florian Pittenberg, according to Plettigol, that guy said truly that Manchester United offered a lower wage compared to what Newcastle offered. But Benjamin SESKO offered himself to play for Manchester United because, one, Manchester United is the bigger club, obviously. They are in a rough patch. There's no player in this world that will choose Newcastle United when Manchester United are on the door knocking. So all this bullshit that we are hearing, Manchester United offered a huge salary, blah, blah, blah. Manchester United secured the signing of Benjamin SESKO because of one thing, the Manchester United pool. And I don't understand why this signing has rattled a lot of fan bases. Arsenal fans, no Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans have been calm on this Benjamin SESKO signing. Newcastle and Arsenal fans, I don't know why they are rattled on this one. Newcastle, man, Manchester United is the bigger club. I don't know what you're expecting. You will get Benjamin SESKO ahead of Manchester United. Benjamin SESKO is always going to sign for Manchester United. There's no player in this world who will choose Newcastle over Manchester United. No player in this world. Even one of your biggest players in Newcastle's football history, Alan Shearer, there was a time he wanted to play for Manchester United, but it is just his agent who blocked that transfer of him coming to Manchester United. But let's come back and talk about Benjamin SESKO. A lot of people are talking about the money, man. But the money, I think, if you look at the statistics that Benjamin SESKO is having on his career at the moment, at just 22 years old, you know this kid has mad potential. A lot of people are saying just he scored 13 goals in the Bundesliga last season. Hugo Ekitike scores more goals than him. Why don't you paint his whole Bundesliga career and you bring us the goals and you tell us the amount of goals he scored? He scored 13 goals last season. That was not a good season for him, and that was not a typical Benjamin SESKO season. Because if you look at the statistics, he is the highest goal scorer for all the under-21s in Europe in the past few seasons. He has scored 39 goals in the past 3 seasons, and that is more than any under-21 player across Europe. They can talk about the money, but well, Manchester United did not buy him because of the goals, they bought him because of potential. And this is where another problem comes in, and this is coming from Manchester United fans themselves. Rasmus Højlund scared a lot of people. A lot of Manchester United fans are going through PTSD because of Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund, we signed him for around 74 million from Atlanta. We bought him because of his potential. Everybody at Manchester United viewed him as this kid will take Manchester United to the next level. When he starts scoring goals, when Rasmus Højlund starts to get matured, he will be that guy, he will be that striker for Manchester United. I remember his unveiling at Old Trafford and everybody was viewing Rasmus Højlund because at that time we had tried strikers in their prime, the likes of Lukaku. They did not work out at Manchester United. We tried strikers who had experience, the like of Cristiano Ronaldo and Ibrahimovic. They scored goals for Manchester United, but people did not see them as those type of signings that could bring Manchester United back to glory days. We signed Anthony Martial, one of the kid who had mad potential, a golden boy winner, but at Manchester United, well, injuries and he did not work to his potential. So Manchester United are doing all these signings like, we have tried everything in this club. We have tried potential. We have tried strikers with experience. We've signed strikers on their prime, the likes of Romelu Lukaku, but all that did not work out. Does that mean Manchester United should stop signing strikers because, well, we signed potential in Rasmus Hojlund, it did not work, so we don't have to sign another young player who had mad potential in the world, especially when he's a striker, because Rasmus Hojlund failed? That is mad. That is a mad way of thinking, man. And I think Benjamin Sesko, he has mad potential. He's one of the best youngsters in the world. Because if you talk about young players in his position in the world at the moment, strikers, you can only mention the likes of Erling Haaland. You can mention the likes of Hugo Ekitike, who was just signed for Liverpool. You cannot mention a lot of strikers playing in that number 9 position who are very good. Even you have the likes of Hendrik at Real Madrid. They are not providing the numbers like the way Benjamin Sesko is providing. So was signing Benjamin Sesko because of his potential, because of the way we view it in a few years coming. I don't see there's any problem with the way Manchester United have handled business. You can complain about the money, you can complain about everything else, but look, about the money, I don't expect Manchester United fans to complain, man. Liverpool bought Ekitike for around 80 million over the fee Manchester United are paying to get Benjamin Sesko. That is a young player who is not a guarantee that will go to that team and score over 30 goals. You have Chelsea, they got Joe Pedro and they got Liam Delap. Those are 2 players. You sum up that price. So that is basically the price these young players are going for in the market. And if you expect to get players for around 30, 40, 60, man, it is obviously you'll get average players. If you want to get all the best players in the world, players with mad potential in the world, you have to spend a lot of money, and that is how the market is at the moment. I see some people saying that in 2009 90 million will have gotten you Cristiano Ronaldo, but in 2025 the 90 million is getting you Hugo Ekitike, is getting you Benjamin Sesko, is getting you all these young players who have not shown, because in 2009 Cristiano Ronaldo was a Ballon d'Or winner and he went for around 80 million. But now 80 million, you get a player who has not proved anything, or if he has proved something in his league, it is just a few goals. But that is how the market trend is it at the moment. That is how inflation has been in football. So instead of mourning about the money, just back up the kid and hope he will succeed at Manchester United, because, well, all these people out here are complaining, but they don't say one thing. Benjamin Sesko was Mikel Arteta's first target before switching to Victor Gyökeres because they thought that RB Leipzig were putting mad fee on him. Benjamin Sesko is the number 1 striker target for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. So, Arsenal fans, you being mad because you got their number 1 striker target, that is not bad because, well, you got our number 1 striker target, Victor Gyökeres, and we did not complain about that. So why are you complaining that Manchester United have gotten Victor Gyökeres? Have gotten Benjamin Sesko, your number 1 striker target? You are salty about it. You go on social media saying that this guy will flop, blah blah blah. There's no way that you'll know Benjamin Sesko will flop or succeed at Manchester United until you actually see him playing. That is when you will have your time to judge the player. But all in all, we know Benjamin Sesko is a guy who had mad potential. He was Arsenal first striker target. He was Mikel Arteta first striker target, and we hope all the best for him. He'll be unveiled in like 1 hour or so. I created this video late, like 2 days after the confirmation of the signing. I waited until Manchester United unveil him so that I can make a video about it. But will be unveiled in that game against Fiorentina, which is I think 1 hour from now. And Benjamin Sesko will be the new Manchester United player. And let me talk a little bit on Baleba coming to Manchester United. Baleba might be on the way to Manchester United, and Brighton are putting a crazy fee on him, but that is what we know about Brighton. They like putting crazy fees on their players. We saw the way they did with Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Alexis McAllister, who joined Liverpool. So Brighton love making crazy money from their players. And all these people who are saying that we should have gotten a midfielder over a striker, that is next level. I don't understand Manchester United fans. You guys are the one who were complaining that Rasmus Hojlund should be replaced. We need a new striker. We needed a new striker last season, man. Because you could see with Joshua Zagzi, he's good in linking up play, but not scoring goals. Rasmus Hojlund is the guy who should be scoring goals. Last year, he scored 4 goals in the league. 4 goals in the league. So we definitely need a midfielder, but we shouldn't have overlooked getting a new striker. So Manchester United have gotten the new striker. Maybe they should move on Maybe they'll now move on to a midfielder who I think Baleba is the one who David Winston, Fabrizio Romano, and the goat in the Kyla is talking about him, and another guy who has handed in a request to PSG. He wants to leave them and join Manchester United. It is all rumors at the moment, but it is GG Donnarumma. So, Rasmus Højlund, we saw your hard work, we saw your effort in the preseason, but I think you have run out of time to impress at Manchester United. And Manchester United, as much as we love these players, we have to be ruthless in the way we deal with these players if they're not performing. See Liverpool, the way they are shipping out, they shipped out Darwin Nunes, Luis Diaz. They feed them for the past, but these players cannot work for us in the future, and they sold them. So I think that is the approach that Manchester United should be using in offloading these players. Get these players out of this club. Be ruthless. Do whatever you can, so you can bring this club back to glory days. But all in all, I'm excited in this Benjamin Sesko signing. I'm very sure if he live up to his potential at Manchester United, he will go on and become one of the best strikers in the world. That might be a hot take, but I'm saying it here. If Benjamin Sesko can live up to his potential at Manchester United, he will be one of the best strikers in the world. We might see an Nistelrooy region, we might see a Tevez region, because mention one striker in this world or a few strikers in the world who they can hit the ball like Benjamin Sesko does, who is very good aerially the way Benjamin Sesko is, man. Arsenal got the striker Victor Gyökeres, but he's not good aerially like Benjamin Sesko, a striker who has the technical ability of Benjamin Sesko. What I mean is that a striker who has all those packed in one package, that is when you'll get a striker who can play like Benjamin Sesko. But all in all the best to Benjamin Sesko at Manchester United. We wish him all the best. As Manchester United fans, we'll be eager to see him unveiling at Old Trafford today and how he will work at Manchester United. All in all, don't forget to leave us up. Peace.